calculating normal distribution probabilities using the z-score, finding the area under a normal curve. Areas can be found under a normal curve by using the 68, 95, 99.7 rule if the areas are bounded in places where an exact standard deviation occurs. Areas that are not bounded at a specific standard deviation units can be found by using a calculator or a z-table. Okay, what is the z-score? In statistics, the standard score or z-score indicates how many standard deviations an observation or data value is above or below the mean. For example, given a normal distribution with a mean of 14 and a standard deviation, mean of 14 and a standard deviation of 3, fill in the graph below with 3 standard deviations on each side of them. So let's start off with 14. So to the right is going to be 17, 20, and 23. To the left, we're going to have 11, 8, and 5. Now, for what is my z-score if my data value is 17? Well, how many standard deviations is that? Well, think about this was my mu. This is 1 standard deviation, 2 standard deviations, 30 standard deviations. This was 1 standard deviation, 2, and 3. So 17 is on 1 standard deviation away from 14. For 8, I am -2 standard deviations away. And, well, this time I'm going backwards. If I'm going 2 standard deviations, then my number should be 20. Okay, 2 standard deviations corresponds to 20. If I'm going to, my data is 5, then that's -3 standard deviations. -1 would be 11. 14, I didn't move, so it's 0. And if I'm going +3 standard deviations, it should be 23. Now what happens, everything fell perfectly on a perfect standard deviation. But what happens when it doesn't work that way? Well, we have a formula, z equals x sub I minus mu over sigma. So my data values, that's where the x is going to go. So we're going to plug in the first one. If I have x equals 15, then what is my z-score? Well, everything still stays the same. My mu is still 14. So we're going to do 15 minus 14, and my standard deviation was 2. So we're going to have this as, it wasn't 2. My standard deviation we said was 3. Go back up. Standard deviation was 3. Okay, so now the other one, 1.5, for the top ones, they're doing the same thing each time. 18 minus 14 divided by 3. So 18 minus 14 divided by 3. And you're going to get 4/3, which is 1.33. Now, for the other one, we're going backwards. Given the z-score is 1.5 equals, and we need to find the data. Okay, so solve for x sub I, and you're going to get 18.5. Okay, pause the video, fill in the rest of the chart. After you pause, you should get okay, so the next page is just examples. So you can give these a try, and if I have time, I will post the answers to this.